Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Something a little different today, something that I've noticed that has been creeping up on us. And could it mean the end of AIRSOFT? Nope. Eventually? Or this is what we'd be left with if AIRSOFT has to go. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because about a year ago, I saw something come out on the market and then I thought, how cool does that look? And it was basically one of these. Now, this is the updated version. There's been various ones out there. I think the first couple that came out were absolutely atrocious and kept jamming. But the way it looked and the way it functioned, it basically looked just like one of these. This is an AIRSOFT one. But in there's something in there that looks exactly like this, but in some funky colours, but very cool funky colours. But it's NERF. Now, I know normally when we talk about NERF, you expect to see something big, bold in your face and very colourful like that. But quick disclaimer, technically this is not NERF. It's like when people say, get the Hoover out and do some vacuuming. If the brand of that vacuum cleaner isn't Hoover, then it's not a Hoover, it's a vacuum cleaner. It's the same when people say, yeah, I'm gonna use some Velcro, it's got Velcro on there. If it's not actually the brand Velcro, then it's not Velcro, it's hook and loop. But they're all very common names that we use that people just understand what you're talking about. So this isn't NERF. This is not made by NERF. It's a knockoff of the system that NERF uses, but oh my gosh, looks nothing like what a NERF gun normally looks like. Which is why I say again, could this be what we are left with if AIRSOFT eventually gets completely banned? Now, straight away, got very cheap instruction manuals, literally a photocopy, yeah. But look, you can see, look at the image on that, yeah. And let me just show you the colour scheme, the colourway. I mean, look at that. There's your NERF darts there. Now remember, if I ever say NERF, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Apart from them being a little bit shorter than normal elite darts, essentially they're NERF darts, okay? It's shell ejecting. Look, there's shells there too. And once I've put it together, which will take me all of about 2 minutes, it will look just like this, but in that very funky colour, which we don't normally associate with NERF. And there's lots of metal too. NERF is nearly always fully plastic on the exterior, not this bad boy. Right, so we get a lot of stuff here. See what that is in a moment. We've got some sort of, yeah, your shell caddy or cartridge caddy, good. Some iPro. These look like they hold the darts, if you so wish, if you've got extra darts, which you do have. Here are your, wow, there's loads. Didn't think there would be this many. Excellent. Your shotty cartridges. Here's your darts. Man, there's loads of them too. Good grief. I really wasn't expecting this much. Oh, got a very nice looking grip. You've got a very snazzy looking stock which functions just like its AIRSOFT counterpart. Nice. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, so we've got them. Oh, unbelievable. They've even supplied you with a screwdriver and I think this is the buffer tube. Yeah. And then the main body itself. Oh, look at that. Right, so there you go. Everything is out of the box. And I've noticed on this particular one, this one here says Tactics Innovation. And it has other markings there, but I have seen others that say, I think one cheekily says Terran Tactical or something like that. But oh my gosh, I'm in love with this thing. I love the colour scheme. Again, not technically NERF, but the same principle, and it's shell ejecting. Now, this ain't AIRSOFT, so I'm not going to show you how to put it together. But if you go to my other channel, Mike's Tech and Toys Plus Movie Memorabilia, I'll show you over there. I still can't believe they include a screwdriver. Anyway, I'll be right back with this bad boy assembled. Would you look at this bad boy? Absolutely loving the colorway. Everything just looks amazing. It wouldn't really look out of place if a stormtrooper was to hold one of these. You know, one of the newer ones, one of the clone ones. But anyway, I don't like this red magazine cap, but that can be rectified. But yeah, looks absolutely legit. Now, before we go any further, remember it does come with this sight, very cheap and cheerful, all plastic. It will come with this little card in there. You just pull it out to activate the batteries. And then it's got this snazzy little switch on the back, and watch what happens when I flick it. Come on now. I think that's pretty cool. As I said, cheap and cheerful. It's only NERF, so you don't really need anything more than that. And when I say it's only NERF, I'm not dissing NERF. I love NERF. What I'm saying is, this particular dart slinging platform isn't very powerful compared to some of the much better actual NERF products you can get out there, okay? This is just for a bit of fun that looks absolutely marvelous and legit. So you don't really need anything more than that, in my opinion. But I'll say it again, I love NERF also. I have to say that because I mean it. And I remember the last time, those of you who remember, I did a comparison between an AIRSOFT micro gun and something similar in the NERF world. And boy, did I have the NERF Nation on my back about that.
Groovy.
Personally, I don't think I'm going to keep that on there. I think it looks pretty cool without it. Now, the next thing we need to do is put these darts in these shells, okay? So it's one per shell. And like I said before, they're exactly like these official NERF Elite darts. They're just shorter, look. So effectively, if you wanted to, you could cut down an official one to the same length as these knockoff ones, and they will work, basically. But why would you? Oh, and by the way, this is also an Elite NERF dart. And on my other channel, Mike's Tech and Toys, which my latest video has only had 200 views. I'm now pleading to you, please, if you want to support your boy, please go and have a look at that video too. Something very cool from the Star Wars world, or even more specifically Mandalorian. And it came with these darts, Elite darts, and that's actual NERF too. But yeah, so all we are going to do is pop them in and make sure you can push them down as far as possible. Yep, that should do. So there you go, they are all ready to go, but I am going to predict something right now. I reckon some of these won't leave the shell. The reason why I'm saying that is when I was pushing them down, I wasn't squeezing them all the way down and trying to force them all the way to the bottom. I pushed them until I got a lot of resistance and stopped. But what I found was, some of them went in very easily, some felt as if the actual shell was a bit too narrow or the dart was a bit too big, so it was tighter. So I've got a funny do you know what? Let me just try it. Oh, and by the way, did I mention it also has a safety, which is good, just like the real deal and the AIRSOFT ones. So right now, that's not on safe. Push that in, it's now on safe. So, as you would come to expect, you can open that bad boy like that and pop one in, just like that, and come on!
Say hello to my little friend.
And then naturally, as you would expect, absolutely love this. This reminds me of all my other AIRSOFT ones. As you know, if you know my channel, I've got quite a few that are shell ejecting. I think this is fantastic. And the good thing about this bad boy, you can put 5 in total. Nice. Now, remember I was saying if they were to get rid of AIRSOFT, and I know the UK came close to it once, but thankfully it was all sorted out, but it doesn't mean it won't happen again in the future. There are some countries, unfortunately, where you can't have AIRSOFT. There's some countries that purely see AIRSOFT as 100% toys, so not an issue. But for me personally, no, this will never take place of an AIRSOFT one, okay? Extremely weak in comparison. I think if you're lucky, you'll get something between 60 to 70 odd on the old FPS. Even when it comes to Nerf wars and playing battle games in Nerf, as beautiful and tactical as this look, this really wouldn't be your first choice, because just like in Airsoft, shell ejecting, yeah? The old thing about, oh, the shells are all over the place and you might lose them. But I still think this is the coolest thing I have seen in Nerf. No, it's not actually Nerf, technically, but it's the same principle. It's the coolest thing I've seen in ages. And if they're all going to start coming out like this, and I've seen other models in this sort of scheme, wow. Because like I said, normally Nerf is big, bold, plastic and colourful and wonderful. Until you start getting up to those professional Nerfers. Do you call them Nerfers? I don't know, but anyway, where they have some seriously modded Nerfs. But anyway, let's see if I can successfully sling every single dart out of every single shell. Here goes. Ha ha! Oh, and it ejected too. Come on. Oh, nice. And the ejecting is very good. But if that isn't proof how weak it is, look how close I was to this target system. And all it managed to do is nudge that a bit, but it did manage to knock that one down. But the other day, I was using this Mandalorian pulse rifle, and yeah, that was a bit more powerful. But even that wasn't really practical for Nerf wars. So far, so good. Although it's not the most powerful thing, I love the whole function of it. It looks amazing. Now there's 2 more left. The first 3 successfully left the barrel and the shells came flying out. But the big question is, will it do it for the final 2? Will this improved version apparently live up to its new improved status? Here we go. So I'm just going to do it this way. They're just darts and it's in a safe direction. Are we ready? Yeah, that dart left. Let's see what happens with the shell. Come on. And it's loaded the final shell. Here we go. In fact, let me just bring it back a bit so you can actually see that dart leaving. Ready? Oh, did you see that? Actually, that looked quite powerful. But here we go. Final empty shell. Come on, baby. Do you know what? I'm quite impressed with this thing. Definitely going to put it up on the wall. It stands out. Oh, by the way, this is a complete coincidence. You see the tip of this elite dart? Doesn't it kind of match my But yeah, a couple of things to note. It does have its own built-in sights, but again, they're just for looks, as far as I'm concerned. I would also recommend that you don't really use this handle much because it did feel a little bit weak. I personally would just stick to using the forearm right here, that old pump action. It also does sport some sling points on here, which is fine. You don't have to get the best sling in the world for this, because although it is heavier than most Nerf platforms, it's not as heavy as, say, a full metal airsoft version. And to be fair, even a plastic airsoft version is probably going to come in a bit heavier than this, but this is heavier than your standard Nerf product, and that's what I like about it. It doesn't feel cheap at all, apart from that handle I showed you. But another thing I like, just like my airsoft version that can do this, nice, very John Wickish. This Nerf-ish version can also do the same thing. So there you go, people. Will this bad boy, as much as I love it, take the place of my airsoft versions for fun?
Nope.
Hell no. But is it a nice alternative to plink around with indoors? Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it good for a good old airsoft? No, not airsoft. Yeah, force of habit there. Is it good for a good old Nerf battle?
Nope.
Nope. There are far superior Nerf products out there. And although airsoft is my thing, ha, I'm keeping this bad boy. I'll see you later. And if you wish, even though I'm not going to do it, you can actually stick this on the stock so it can hold your shells. And this smaller one right here, you can put this elsewhere And these will hold, they look a lot smaller, so I think they will hold your spare darts. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. It will spoil the look for me. And I'm not going to skirmish with this, no. This is for when I'm sat in the man cave and I want to plink at my NERF target that I've got in there. Anyway, please, again, please, can you try and support my other channel? There's many of you out there that have supported me by becoming channel members, and I will be eternally grateful to you. There's many of you out there that have supported me by buying my patch. Now, there are a few left. Please get over to ballisticdesigns.co.uk. My patch is there. Please get one, because remember what I said. There's going to be a separate special giveaway for people that have bought my patch. So congrats to the people that have already bought it. You'll get information soon about your unique special giveaway that nobody else can enter. And I also want to say congratulations to everyone that showed support for me, or even if it was because you just wanted to get something free, by subscribing to Mike's Tech and Toys plus Movie Memorabilia. That's my other channel. By subscribing to that and also watching the videos. Don't just subscribe and then disappear. I need my figures to go up a bit on that channel. That also will help to support me, and actually will help to support this AIRSOFT channel. Trust me, it does. It really, no, come on. It really will help to support the AIRSOFT channel if you also watch a few of my vids on my Mike's Tech and Toys plus Movie Memorabilia. I'm getting hardly no views on there unless it's an unboxing that I've done that people really want to watch. So for example, I did an unboxing of the massive Hulk Nano. In fact, that was a shorts, okay? That's probably going on for about 35,000 views or more. I've got other videos on there that are barely touching 200 views. I did a PlayStation 5 thing. That's gone really up. I think that's near 50,000. I could be wrong, but it's not far off from there. I do a lot of sort of like Marvel stuff, Avengers, Star Wars, all that sort of stuff. And I unboxed a very cool Mandalorian thing. And that's struggling. I know it's because it's been out for a little while, but come on, that's not the point. I need you to please, if you can spare just a minute or two to get that figure up. I want that to get to at least 1,000 views, my Mandalorian one, the latest video on my channel, okay? All right, enough begging. And congrats to everyone that entered the giveaway for the Kenji and the Poseidon. No, it wasn't Poseidon, it was the DE Honey Badger. You'll know who the winners are in just over 1 week.